Hey SouthRidge, Pastor Brent here with the first video update of 2021. And let me just ask you a question. How many of you have already de-Christmified, is that even a word? Christmified, taken down all your Christmas decorations. This week at the church building, we spent some time taking down all the Christmas things. And I think this weekend, that's what Pam's got on the to-do list for me, is to take our stuff down at home. But before we jump into the new year, what I thought we could do just for a minute is look back at Christmas. And I just wanted to share with you a couple of great stories, a couple of great things that have happened with our Christmas Eve service and the Wonder Box. I don't know if you know this, but our Christmas Eve services, the 5 that we put out, had just over 1,200 people watching them. That would make it our biggest service ever in our history, including, we think, about 100 people watching the midnight service. I don't know who you were, because it wasn't me. I stayed up to watch that service, but thanks to Pastor Paul for staying up and being the guy who interacted with people for that service. I know you've heard us talk a lot about the Wonder Boxes, and we had about 500 go out. Do you realize that we had almost 2,000 people impacted because of our Wonder Boxes? What a great opportunity to reach into our community, which was over 1,200 of those 2,000 people. Just people getting a message from the church, and many of them, we believed, actually watched our service on Christmas Eve. So I just want to take time to thank our staff and the volunteers who helped put those Wonder Boxes together. It was an amazing time to see everyone come together and work so hard together. And I know in the last couple of updates, I've thanked you for your generosity, and I just want to thank you again for helping us achieve the many goals and targets we set, including helping kids in Langley and in Haiti. But I also want to tell you that we reached our giving goal for December for our general giving. And so thank you very much for your generosity. And you may ask, well, why is that important? Because it allows us to do a ton of things that we don't actually have to come and ask you specifically to give for. And one of those things in December was we were able to come alongside James Hill Elementary and give 23 families hampers who were in need so that they could have something over Christmas. And so thank you. That's what your generosity does. When you give, allows us to do that. So thank you very much for that. As we go into this new year, and as we think about 2021, I just want to leave you with 3 things. 1, a challenge. Many of you grabbed a Wonder Box and gave it to your Outward. And so I just want to challenge you, have you followed up with them and asked them, did they enjoy it? Did they watch the service? What did they think? Just a chance for you to have a spiritual conversation with someone, your Outward. Secondly, if you know of someone who has questions about life, about the Christian faith, next week we are starting Life Explored, a great opportunity for you to invite someone and join them on a Zoom type platform that will just explore the questions of life in a great and interactive way. I encourage you to do that. And then thirdly, there's so many crazy things going on in our world right now. And as we jump into this new series for January and February, I'm looking forward to seeing what Daniel will teach us in the midst of all this craziness. Because one of Daniel's messages is this: in a time of uncertainty, we have a God who gives us certainty. And that's what I want you to think about this weekend. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you next.